You all know that I love the Paradigm Founder 40B bookshelf speakers because I said as much in the review video. So you can imagine how I felt when my wife knocked it right off the stand, although she didn't really walk away from this altercation unscathed. But when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. So today's video is my attempt at making lemonade out of this whole thing. I'm Barrett, this is Spec of Tech, welcome to the channel. You all know that I think that the Paradigm Founder 40B bookshelf speakers is one of the most beautiful bookshelf speakers ever, so the aesthetics and finish are actually quite important to me when it comes to these speakers in particular. Not to mention that my home theater is kind of like my pride and joy. I've spent a lot of time building it to where it is today, and it is a source of pride for me. But before I start this quick story, why not subscribe, tick the bell icon if you do, and take just one short second to hit that like button. Alright, so let's get into it. So several weeks back, I'd been making videos all day long, and it was time for me to relax with some epic alien shoot 'em up Halo Infinite on my Xbox Series X. So I'm playing away and probably getting my butt whooped by a 12-year-old that keeps teabagging my Spartan corpse, when all of a sudden I hear a crash right behind me. So I turned around to look behind me and I see my wife Jules carrying our 4-year-old daughter Gia, and she had this I just screwed up bad look on her face. So it turns out she just knocked down my rear left speaker, which is a Paradigm Founder 40B bookshelf, which is up on a speaker stand. But don't worry guys, my daughter was really quick to throw my wife under the bus and tell me, "Mommy just knocked over your speaker." And that's when we learned we can't trust her to have our back. To be honest guys, I'm not naive. I had always expected this to happen one day, but I had always expected it to be one of the kids that did it. The betrayal I felt when I realized my wife had done it was just unbearable. Well, not really, but I was actually pretty surprised. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was a little bit upset. I hadn't had these speakers very long, and I not only love their sound, but I also love their aesthetic. I didn't say much other than the fact that I was upset and just didn't want to talk about it, so I just bit my tongue and I turned around and finished getting my butt whooped in Halo. My wife never let on that anything else had happened though, other than the fact that the speaker had been knocked over, but during the whole ordeal she had tried to stop the speaker from falling with her knee, simply because she was holding our daughter and couldn't use her hands. So essentially she kind of tried to catch the speaker by lifting her knee up. This made me feel pretty bad later on because it left her with a pretty nasty bruise above her knee. As you can see in this picture here, I kind of felt like a jerk for being upset about the speaker and not realizing that her knee had taken a beating too. Well, that and the fact that she had apologized several times over and expressed how bad she felt about knocking the speaker over. We both got over it pretty quick, and her bruise healed eventually, but the damage to the speaker was what surprised me. So that evening, after I'd calmed down, I checked out the speaker and found that there were only some scuffs on the clear coat. I shook the speaker to see if there was anything loose inside, and to my surprise, the only damage was those minor scuffs in the clear coat. The speaker still sounds the same, like nothing had ever happened. These speakers are built like a tank. I wanted to make this video to show that these speakers are made incredibly well. I had expected much more damage. Granted, my floor is carpeted, but the speaker must have actually tumbled over and landed on the speaker stand. I know this because the stand has some pretty deep dents from the speaker landing on it, so I don't think the speaker had a soft landing at all. So to make a long story short, not only do the Paradigm Founder 40B sound amazing and look amazing, they are built extremely well in my opinion. I think I'm going to keep these bookshelf speakers around for a little while, even though I've sold the Paradigm 120H towers, just because they keep impressing me. And who would have thought that having my speaker knocked over would impress me in a weird roundabout way. So great job to Paradigm for building these speakers, and thank you to Base Electronics for being great to deal with and selling them to me. Remember to enjoy your systems, and when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.